بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده نصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Dear viewers, welcome back. And as we were delving into the depths of Shuja'at, courage and bravery, in our previous video we detailed that what defines courage, Shuja'at, bravery. And in this video, as we said, we will be covering how our students at Unity, they practice and develop Shuja, and how we can do the same as well. So the the point is that, as we know, everything is integrated. Life is integrated. Life is not about English, math, science, social studies, Islam as a separate, sort of thing hovering over you, or maybe just another subject that you study for and take the exam. In fact, it's all it's all learning about life and the purpose of life, the creator of life, and how to live life. What are the values and the principles for life? What is the vision for life, etc. And Shuja has a huge part in that. So, the more our children and ourselves can develop courage and bravery, the better life becomes. And it's almost paradoxical because one might think that you would have to face more challenges, so it's better to shirk away and kind of just stay in the shadows. But that's where you sell yourself, and that's where you live as a slave. And really, cockroaches are very safe underground, aren't they? But do we want to live as cockroaches? So that's the question that one has to ask themselves. Anyway, maybe I'm digressing, but let's go back to um, the poem of the not the poem but the couplet of Iqbal, that सबक फिर पढ़ सदाकत का अदालत का शुजाअत का लिया जाएगा तुझसे काम दुनिया की इमामत का. Once again, study the lessons of truthfulness, justice, and courage, for you are about to be appointed for the duty of the world's leadership. So that is what we and our children need to be considering ourselves for. What are some things we do? We work with our children at Unity, and you can do as well at home and in your schools with your students. Remove the fear of failure. The fear of failure is the worst fear. And as one of the American presidents, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he had said that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So the fear of failure is what we need to work most on to remove from our children. Fear of, spiders, snakes, there's something else. Fear of failure. And it's us who inculcate the fear of failure in our children. We don't let them fail. If they fail, we let them know that they're failures and that they're lower people for that. And that is what destroys confidence. And courage and confidence are very closely tied. So it's actually the courage that you break. And when you break the courage, there's no more confidence, of course. So, for example, a child is climbing up some sort of monkey bars, etc. When we were little children, I'm Generation X, as they say, and we were, doing all sorts of crazy things. We're jumping off of roofs and everything, right? And today, you can't even think of that when a child starts climbing up the monkey bars. Parents start freaking out. Right? Can't do that. Let them explore. Let them get hurt. It's okay. That's how they grow up. So when you say, no, don't go there, that's this over caution. Don't climb up there. Don't go there. Don't, these don't. This just absolutely destroys the courage within them. Give them a fighting chance. Give them a controlled chance. Yes, you shouldn't be reckless. They're two extremes, right? One is either we've put fear in our children, or we pump them with false pride by saying you can do whatever you want, or, you have the power, just do it, you can become whatever you want to become. And this makes them reckless. So false pride is also wrong. There's always i'tidal, just like any prophetic quality, any quality we're getting from our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's a balance and an i'tidal between, and here in Shuja, in courage, there's a balance between over caution and fear and intimidation, become timid and becoming weak, and becoming reckless. So courage is in the middle. As they say, there's a fine line between courage and stupidity. So don't be stupid, but be willing to take calculated risks. That's what calculated risks. This is what we need to develop in our children, in ourselves and in our children. Of course, we role model everything. Then give them a safe environment where they can interact with other people, especially those they're not very familiar with. This brings that courage. Give them a safe environment to say, ma'am, I believe you're wrong. I remember this. This was a few years ago. A very nice child, mashallah. He's in Qatar right now, and his father's a good friend of mine. We even visited him over there. And they were doing this presentation. They did a project on the heart, on the human heart, and they were, explaining various things about it. They had made models and everything, how the heart pumps, what's good for the heart, etc. So I don't remember what he told me. Muhammad, his name was, and so I said, that's not correct. I corrected him, and he said, no, sir, I think you're wrong, and I'm very sure with what I know. And I was blown away. That was beautiful. He was in 5th grade, I think. And I praised the teacher, I praised him and all the children, that thank you, this is what I want to see. This is what should be in you. If you are right, say you are right. Don't be intimidated by whoever's presence is there. And so that is courage. And that's how we inculcate courage in our children. That's how you do it as well. Have the courage to say, even if it's someone politely, like Ibrahim alayhi salam, he said to his father, very politely, Ya abati, لا تعبد الشيطان يا أبتي إني أخاف أن يمسك عذاب من الرحمن, that, oh my father, I'm afraid that you will be in trouble with Allah because of what you do. You're wrong. And I'm right. I have been sent with knowledge. I'm a prophet of Allah. I love you, I respect you, but I have the courage to say that you're wrong here. You cannot worship idols. Okay, what else? Discuss the various forms of zulm, injustice and bullying that are taking place around them. Whether locally or globally, and what role can be played to assist the oppressed and needy. So maybe talk to them. Is anyone in your class being bullied? What can we do? What can we stand up for? Maybe someone outside in the society, in the neighborhood, or once again globally, whether it's in Kashmir, whether it's in Gaza, whether it's in Pakistan, anywhere where people are being oppressed, people are being crushed. So what can we do? For example, in the case of Palestine, we can boycott. So we can play our part. We can raise our voice. We can do it with art. We can do it in different forms. So let them know that they can play a part against zulm. We can, and most importantly, we can do it by obeying Allah. We should know, inculcate the conviction, the yaqeen in their hearts that Allah is with us if we abstain from sins. If we abstain from disobedience and stand up for the truth, then definitely Allah is with us. If we're abstaining from sins, and that's what will give them the courage to abstain from sins, that if I do not abstain from these sins, I will lose Allah. I don't want to lose Allah because He's my strength. He's more powerful than anyone or anything. And it may seem that the strong are against us, but nobody is stronger than Allah. Nobody is stronger than Allah and cannot harm us except what is already decreed, which is already ordained, which is inevitable. So might as well that harm come in the way of the truth and goodness. And that harm is only temporary for this world. No one can snatch it away from us. If Allah gives to us, if Allah protects us, no one can harm us. So this inculcation of yaqeen is something we need to develop in our children. That is shuja'at. That is where it comes. Practice forgiving and letting go. Practice forgiving and letting go, and make your children practice the same. You will have to practice it and have them do the same. Practice looking back and seeing what I have said or done wrong. Analyze where you went against shared principles. Do that. You can be wrong. It is not courage or bravery to stick and say, no, my way or the highway. That is not courage. If you are wrong, admit it. That is courage. And have the courage to say sorry, genuinely. And try to make it up to the one that you have hurt or denied. And make your children practice the same again. Do it as a role model, as always. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us shuja'ah and all the qualities of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video, share it with others. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.